Shalom. We give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakakadash. Give double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, peace and shalom to the elect that's pushing out this word throughout the four corners of the globe in sincerity and in truth for the edification of the house of Dawadah. This is why we do these lessons. Shalom to you. Hope you're in good spirits. Your brother Shamal Moff. Let's get straight to the scripture. We reading from the book of 1 Corinthians, the 9th chapter, starting at the 16th verse. It says, "For though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of." This is the Apostle Paul laying it to the Corinthians in Corinth, Greece, the Israelite foreigners, that he's telling them that though he preached the gospel, he has nothing to glory of. For necessity is laid upon me. Yea, woe is me if I preach not the gospel. And this is the point of the lessons. It should be the point of all lessons, that the glory goes to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, and Yahushai being his only begotten Son who died on the cross. This is where the glory goes to, or this is where the glory goes to. It doesn't go to us, but because of the glory that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai has been given, right? We have a glory also. The glory is to be joint heirs with the Lord, and that's preached everywhere. This is one of the promises to Abraham and to his seed, that we were going to, the Israelites was going to have an everlasting kingdom. So it's a necessity, if you foresee something of a great glory coming to you, that's coming through Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, you can't do but nothing. You can't do but nothing but glory in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai and preach this gospel, because it's yours also in joint heirs. Of course, Yahushai get his first. He gets the fruit of the labors first, but through belief to the end, we shall have a reward. It says, "For I do this thing willingly, for if I do this thing willingly," that's preach the gospel, teach your brothers, right? Talk about Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Talk about what he had died on the cross for the Israelite salvation. The laws, the statutes, the commandments, and the just judgments that come from following his laws. It says, but if against my will a dispensation of the gospel is committed unto me, I do this for a reward, but a dispensation of the gospel is committed unto me. I get a portion. Right? What is my reward then? If I get a portion, what is my reward? This is what you should ask yourself. Well, what have you done for the Lord? What have you preached? What have you talked about? What have you revealed? What was given to you dispensationally so you can distribute the information, right? It's not just based on faith alone. It has to be a work performed. It goes hand in hand. One without the other, there's no reward. It must be coupled together in tangent, right? Together, preaching this gospel, right? We're all looking for that one penny. That's the reward, the penny, the kingdom of heaven. It says, verily, verse 18 again. What is my reward then? Verily that, when I preach the gospel, I may make the gospel of Yahushai HaMashiach without charge, that I abuse not my power in the gospel. For though I be free from all men, yet have I made myself servant unto all, that I might gain the more. And this is the point of the lesson. And this is the title of the lesson. I made myself servant unto all. Why? To gain those in Hamashiach Yahushua, to gain of another believer, to gain someone who changes ways and now follow the laws, statutes, commandments, and have faith, Salakia, that have faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay? This is why we do it. We become servants. We become servers. This is the whole reason why I do the things that I do. I don't boast in it. It's just something that was a necessity that had to be done. Paul continues on. And unto the Jews I became a Jew, that I might gain the Jew. To them that are under the law, as under the law, that I might gain them that are under the law. To them that are without law, as without law, being not without law to Yahweh, but under the law to Hamashiach Yahushua, that I might gain them that are without law. So you're becoming a chameleon, not like you change colors, but you change hats to the audience that you're speaking to. To an older couple, you speak to them in a matter of older couples, or the matter of older people of our nation, right? So they can understand, and you break it down to them in their kind of language, something that is easy for them to understand. You can't talk to an older couple about TikTok and Facebook like they understand it, right? It becomes foreign language to them. So you have to speak to them old school, like newspaper, magazine type understanding. But to those who are in this younger generation, you talk to them hip talk. You talk to them in language that they can understand. You see? So you become a chameleon. You're really changing hats or changing disguises to fit your audience. And this is very important. A lot of people, I see when they preach, they don't change their tone according to the person they speak to or to the audience they speak to. Everything, right, is not for everyone. You have to sort of switch up your tone, your language, when you speak to different people. And you have to be flexible and understand that you have to become his servant. Not that he's serving you by listening to you, but you should be serving him so they could listen to you. You see, know your audience. That's very important. It says, to them, to the weak became I as weak, that I might gain the weak. I have made all things to all men, that I might by all means save some. That's very important, that you have to switch it up. You can't always power over the weak when you know they're weak. You dumb it down so they can understand and not be offended by your words, because words are very, very powerful. It says, and this I do for the gospel's sake, not for your own, right? You become a servant. You become the server. And you do this for the gospel's sake, so the gospel could be furthered, that I might be partaker thereof with you. So we could be in this together. We could learn from each other, talk to each other, have conversations, and talk about these scriptures. You can't do that when you're overpowering, over speaking. You do this for the gospel's sake. The good news is for the Israelites. Okay? Let's move on. 2 Timothy chapter 2. And we start at the first verse. Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Hamashiach Yahushua, and the thing that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also. These are the ones, these are the servants, these who made themselves servants, right? That they could win the believers, that they can teach the gospel. Thou therefore, Salakia, verse 3, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Hamashiach Yahushua. No man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who has chosen him to be a soldier. That's not your worry. But you have to endure hardness, which is resistance, because really this is a spiritual war. This resistance that you get from your own people, right? That you're trying to mesh with, trying to have them understand exactly what this gospel is speaking about. Speaking about that the salvation is for Israel and Israel only, and that they may be an Israelite. And this is for them. But it seems as though it's a war. Why does good news have to be a war? Because it's not made for everyone. Just because you speak their language, walk their language, look their way, talk their way, it still isn't enough unless Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua deems those people or that person fit for this gospel, for this good news. Right? And it says, if any man also strive for the masteries, right? We're trying to master all that the Lord has given us for salvation. Yet he is not crowned except he strive lawfully. And you have to do this lawfully. You can't beat nobody over the head and flush this truth down their throat. It don't work that way. It's been done many times. It's been seen on videos after video, trying to flush the truth down a person's throat. And at the end, they still don't get it. Walk away disheartened. Walk away still believing what they want to believe. So all that you tried to serve them, they threw it back in your face. It's like a food fight. You serving it up, but they throw it right back in your face. Make a mess of themselves. Make a mess of you. That's why you have to endure the hardness like a soldier to get through this war, this spiritual war and battle. Even though you've done all you could to play the part, look the part, speak the part, but the part wasn't for them. They auditioned and failed. They auditioned and didn't win. They were interviewed, right, on the street. They was interviewed, right, but they wasn't fit for the position. They don't get the job. Only those who are worthy get the job. But you still got to be a servant regardless. It says the husbandmen that labor must be first partakers of the fruits. Consider what I say. And the Lord giveth thee understanding in all things. Remember that Yahushua Mashiach, the seed of David, was raised from the dead according to my gospel, wherein I suffer trouble, as an evildoer, even unto bonds. Paul is telling you, Yahushua taught me. I'm teaching exactly what he told me to teach, but I'm suffering trouble for it. Like I'm an evildoer. thrown in jail, killed, stoned. But he endured. He did his course. He fought the good fight. But the word of Yahweh is not bound. It's not that I have a misunderstanding of the scriptures. Is you don't understand the scriptures. It's your misinterpretation, not ours. And we say that with a clear heart and a clear conscience, a clear mind. That what we preaching, what we teaching, what we being served of is the truth. But I suffer trouble for it. Therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake, because this is who it's all for anyway. It's not just for the average Joe. It's not always for the older couple or the older gentleman or the younger guy or the younger girl, right? It's for the elect's sake, the good news, that they may also obtain the salvation which is in Hamashiach Yahushua with eternal glory. This is how they're going to get it. The only ones that are going to get it, understand it, believe it, accept it, right, is the elect. You must stress this. We know we do it here in Great Millstone, of course, but it's not heard enough. It's just not heard enough. That the reason why you don't understand is because you're not part of the elect. The reason why you don't understand or have misconceptions, you think the Bible is contradictory, is because you're not of the elect. You're not one of his. You can't hear his voice. That's not boasting on what I know or what I believe. It's just the truth when you examine the matter. You don't get it. But that's okay. I'm going to still serve you because you still an Israelite. You still my brother. You still my sister. Even though you're a hard-headed, knucklehead 2/3 that is going to have to receive it in the kingdom. We try to tell you. We warned you. We washed our hands. There's nothing else we could do. We moving on. All right? And with that, we say, call halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone. Peace and shalom to the elect. Till next time, shalom.